Yo, what's good, truckers? Welcome back to Watch Trucking, your spot for everything you need to dominate the open road. Whether you're a rookie just getting your CDL or a road warrior stacking miles, today's episode is all about keeping it tight with your inspections. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's roll into it. All right, let's keep it real. Vehicle inspections ain't just about some boring red tape nonsense. This is how you keep your wheels turning and your money flowing. You miss something? That's money out of your pocket. Or worse, you're stuck on the side of the road calling for help. Think of inspections like a pre-game warm-up. Catch that loose lug nut, that low tire pressure, or that funky brake line before it becomes a major problem. It's simple math. Early fixes cost less than roadside breakdowns or DOT fines. And let's not forget the FMCSA and that CSA score. If your rig ain't up to par, you're stacking points, and not the good kind. Clean inspections keep the DOT off your back and your CDL safe. Pro tip, crack open chapter 32 in the FMCSA manual. Yeah, it's not exactly thrilling, but trust me, it's the playbook for staying in the game. All right, now let's talk safety. Because standing on the side of a busy highway inspecting your truck, that's a no-go, fam. Find a chill spot, truck stops, rest areas, or even a secure yard. And don't skip the vest. You might think you're invincible, but a reflective vest could be the difference between being seen and being a headline. FMCSRs require 3 inspections: your pre-trip, on the road, and post-trip. Let's break it down so you can nail this every time. Pre-trip is your first line of defense. Don't skimp here. Look at your brakes, tires, and lights. Basically, anything that'll get you pulled over or parked is busted. Next, on the road checks. Yeah, it's easy just to grab a coffee and go, but a quick walk around could save you from a blown tire or a loose connection down the line, so stay sharp. And finally, your post-trip. This is where you document what went down and what needs fixing. Your DVIR isn't just a form, it's the ticket to keeping your rig road ready. All right, let's get under the hood. Step 1 is all about checking your engine and front axle, basically the heart and soul of your rig. First things first, safety's key. Lock it down, set those parking brakes, pocket your keys so nobody fires up the truck, and slap those chalks on the wheel. All right, now pop that hood and let's dive in. Start on the passenger side. First, peep your fluids, oil, coolant, washer fluid, transmission. Keep everything between the add and full line. Lower leaking, fix it before it costs you big time. Next up, belts and hoses. Cracks, fraying, or looseness, that's a no-go. And don't sleep on an alternator. It's gotta be tight with a solid wire connection and no signs of burns or wear. Check your exhaust system and turbo for leaks, cracks, or excessive soot. Anything looks shady, get it handled. And keep it clear of wires or fuel lines. Ain't nobody got time for fire hazards. Now peep the suspension. Your springs, U-bolts, and shackles need to be tight and damage-free. Check those shocks too. If they're leaking, your ride gonna feel like a roller coaster going wrong. For steering, everything from the tie rod end to the steering arm better be solid. No bent parts, no missing castle pins. If it's loose, it's a problem. Now for the brakes, arguably the MVP of your rig. Look at the air tanks, lines, chambers, and slack adjusters. Everything's gotta be mounted tight and free of cracks or rust. Brake shoes need at least a 1/4 inch of lining. No grease, oil, or cracks in their drums. Don't skimp here. This is your stop and go game. Tires are your bread and butter, so don't play. Stair tires need at least 4 30-seconds of an inch of tread depth. For tire air pressure, use a gauge to check it when they're cold. Hot tires? Nah, that's going to give you a false read. Lug nuts gotta be snug. Rust or shiny spots mean they're loose. And loose lug nuts mean missing wheels. Ain't nobody trying to be that guy on the road. Last thing, make sure your hub oil's above the bottom of the sight glass. If it's low, top it off and keep moving. All right, now hit up the driver's side. Same deal, check all your fluids, belts, and hoses. But here's the kicker, your air compressor. The bad boy that powers your brakes, so no leaks, no loose connections, no excuses. For power steering, make sure your fluid levels are solid, and your ball joints, drag links, and U-joints are tight and greased. Any slop in the steering, that's trouble waiting to happen. All right, that's a wrap for step 1. Keep your routine consistent, stay sharp, and don't rush it. Missing one little thing could cost you big down the road. Next up, we'll hit up the rest of the pre-trip. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to Watch Trucking, and drop a comment below. What other topics should we cover? Let's keep building that driver knowledge. Until next time, stay safe, keep hustling, and keep rolling.